So it's Sunday morning, got my black coffee right here. We're going to give this a shot. It may not be the best time to do this considering I'm hanging out with my youngest daughter right now, but we're going to try. See if we can go over this week worth of workouts that I just wrapped up yesterday, talk about my push-pull legs routine, essentially chest, shoulder, tricep, back, bicep, legs, and see how the training went, because starting tomorrow, which is Monday, I'm going to be back up to maintenance calories for a little bit and then adding a little bit of calories, because what I want to do right now is get as strong as I possibly can with my home gym. Meaning, first off, I have to go ahead and buy another set of 45-pound plates and probably pick up another set of 10s as well, so I can do I could do 85 pounds, then I could do 175, and then 265, and then 355, and then maybe even get as crazy as 445 plus 90. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go over this week of training. Got my video popped up right here because the recording is going to be popping up on the side of the screen here, and we'll get right into it. Starting off with the push day, which was a very short push day, but hey, we got the work in anyway. Last week before this, I was doing a little bit too heavy of weight, as well as the week before that, where if I did not have a spot, it wouldn't have been a good time. So my wife spotted me 2 weeks ago, and then this past the last week, I was able to grind out 3 reps. But I'm like, three's okay because I was putting real effort, but I don't want to do 3 reps. So dropped it down to 145 this week and repped out as many as I could for 2 sets. And it was feeling good. It was feeling like a better weight to handle right now based on my current strength level as I adapt over the course of weeks and months to the weight that I'm handling. One thing to consider that a lot of people don't know, if you're just coming across the channel now, is for 9 months straight, I was just training with my body weight and light dumbbells after we had our second daughter, training at home. And then we moved into this house back in February, and I ended up getting the home gym set up about a month later or so. Got the squat rack, got my barbell and plate set up, so then that way we can go ahead and do the training that you're seeing here. But one of my biggest focuses on push day is actually building up my overhead press strength. Not so really worried about bench press because I know that'll go up. It's a very easy lift for me to progress on as long as I stay consistent with it and don't take time away from bench press for about a year. Anyway, what I really want to do is build up this overhead press and get to a 135-pound overhead press as soon as possibly can. And I think I could do it within about 4 weeks or so. Talked about this on my daily newsletter and Medium articles and everything. But all I'm going to be doing is getting used to holding 135 in that overhead press position, and then doing as much work as I possibly can on the 2 sets that I give myself per week to build the strength up. But anyway, we're going to be doing that. It's going to be good. Now we're moving on to pull day, which is one of my favorite days. I only have 3 days, so they all could be one of my favorite days, and it would all be true. But anyway, start off with barbell rows. Even though I really been focusing on pull-ups lately, my number one focus now on back day is going to be rows, which is why I do them first. And that way I can build up the reps and then build up the weight and then build up the reps and build up the weight. And I'm trying to keep the form locked in because historically I've done barbell rows with like 185 and 205. The most I ever did was 225, and it was the jankiest 3 or 4 reps that you've ever seen in your life, which isn't going to do a whole lot. Like I was kind of heaving my hips through it and shaking my form, and it was uneven. It just was a bad time. So I'm trying to keep it really locked in, even though the weight isn't particularly heavy. I just work in that higher rep range to build the strength up. That way, add a little bit of weight and keep building it up. Just the standard dual progressive overload model where you add reps to a certain rep range, increase the weight, and then do that process over and over again until you reach where you want to go, and then see where you want to go from there. And as for pull-ups, for years and years, I was only doing chin-ups, the underhand grip. And now that I've been doing the overhand pull-ups, I was like, why have I not been doing this whole time? They feel better on my elbows, feel better on my shoulders, feel better on my back. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And as for these curls, I'm glad I filmed this as a side angle, because a lot of times I only have a couple angles I can film from because I need to clean out my garage, and I don't really want to talk about that right now. But I didn't realize how much my body starts swaying after maybe a few reps, where like I'll start involving the hip a little bit, and like I'm not able to stay super strict on these, even though they're only 25-pound dumbbells. It's not a lot. And that's something I definitely got to work on. for, I don't know, maybe about a month or so, I was doing them seated, which helped me focus on the bicep more. But I feel like it would be good to be able to do these standing bicep curls in a more stable body position. Because this is a weird, like, I never really film from the side like this. It's usually from the front, or if I'm seated, I'll film from the side. So I can try to get that downlighting on my biceps to make them look even bigger. But anyway, we still got the work in anyway. The biceps really felt good during these sets. And then I've also switched from doing standard hammer curls to these crossbody curls. And they feel okay, but I've noticed that my form breaks down quicker on these than regular hammer curls. However, I feel them a lot more in the forearm, right there specifically, as well as the in between the bicep and the tricep. That little spot right there feels really good on these. So I'm going to keep going with them and just try to build the reps up on these. The only problem is with any kind of dumbbell exercise, I only have 25 pounds and 30 pounds. And I don't really want to expand my dumbbell collection because it takes up a lot of space. And I like if to get a real set that I want to get, and it costs a lot of money, and I'd rather just invest more into the barbell and plates and work with that. But that's just how I'm feeling about it right now. We'll see what the future holds. Moving on to leg day, which I just wrapped up yesterday. I really only had time for 2 sets of squats and 1 set of Romanian deadlifts, but we made it work anyway, increasing the weight on here. And this is where I run into trouble with the plates because I'm doing 170 here. I think I did 6 and then 5, but 175 I can't do. 180 I can't do. But 185 I can, because it takes 2 10s per side to do the other ones, or like a 10 and 2 5s, which I don't have 2 5s either. So I got to figure out the plate situation. But as far as it goes now, I'm just going to go ahead and increase the reps as much as I can over the coming month or two, and then jump to 185, which I can already do 185, but I want to stay within a decent rep range so I can really keep the form tight and not kind of have form breakdown before muscular breakdown. Not breakdown, but mechanical tension, proper mechanical tension on the muscle. But either way, we'll make it work. And it's not that I can't just go ahead and pick up some plates. I just haven't gotten around to it. I keep talking about it, but eventually I will do it. Moving on to the last exercise of the week was Romanian deadlifts. I was going to do 2 sets, but then I had to take care of my baby, so didn't end up doing that second set. But I made this one count. One thing I've been trying to also do is incorporate a hook grip again, because it's been a long time since I've done that. Hook grip, I used to be able to do 365 with a hook grip and have my thumbs still be okay. But for whatever reason, I think the motion of Romanian deadlifts and the fact that it's a constant grip messes with my thumbs a lot more. Also that I'm not used to it. And I think I'm only doing 205 here, nothing crazy. But I switched right into a regular double overhand grip, which is pretty good. I'm never going to do mixed grip ever again. I've seen too many bicep tear videos. It freaks me out. And I'm just simply not going to go ahead and do it. My goal for this coming week of workouts is actually going to be to do the full program. Because on my push day, I didn't get to do lateral raises or chest flies. On my pull day, did the whole program. And then on the leg day, going to start training calves, I think, maybe. I'm not going to make any promises, actually. I'm just going to do the 2 sets of squats and 2 sets of Romanian deadlifts for sure, and probably a set or 2 of hanging leg raises. And maybe we'll train calves. I don't know. Anyway, that's my week of training. Hopefully you found this insightful or helpful. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And in the meantime, if you do need help getting in shape, we are offering different types of programs and coaching. But the best way to start is getting on my daily email newsletter. You get 1 insight every single day. And I'll also give you access to the Discord, the growing Discord community, which houses all the free guides that I've written for you. I have a calorie tracking guide in there. I have just a general fat loss guide. And I also have a very hyper minimalist workout program for if you don't have time, that would be the program to do. I also answer questions in there, all kinds of good stuff. Doesn't cost anything. And if you want to pay for the programs or the coaching, it's all in there as well, all the information. So go ahead and join the newsletter, gainswithgabe.com, and I will see you in the next video.